Are you planning on visiting a national park this year? Well, there's some big changes you're going to need to know about, so stay tuned.
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
Hey friendlies, I'm Carolyn. Welcome back to my RV life. I have a special video for you today because I've got some news that I think is going to be really important for many of you. Whether you live full-time in an RV or you're a part-time RVer or you're just a family planning your vacation for the summer, there has been some big changes in the national parks that you really have to know about while you're planning and before you go. As you know, over the last decade or whatever, if you have visited, especially the really big national parks, they have gotten extremely crowded and they have been really struggling to manage resources and to manage the traffic and to keep the national parks pristine and viable and protect wildlife and vegetation and not let them get overrun with tourists. So it's been a real struggle for them. So this year, what a lot of the national parks are doing is implementing something called timed entry. What timed entry means is that they are restricting how many people can go into the park during peak times and during the peak season. What that means is, for a lot of the parks, you have to have a reservation, not to camp. No, I'm not talking about camping reservations. I'm talking about a reservation to actually enter the park. So I'm going to list for you some of the parks that have timed entry and are going to require reservations. But you absolutely, I don't care what national park you're going to, don't take my word for it. I highly recommend that you check ahead of time before you go. They are accepting reservations through recreation.gov. And if you show up at the gate during a peak time, during peak season, and they all have different times, some are a few hours in the morning during their busiest time, some are all day, some are the entire summer. So double check the park that you want to visit before you go to find out what the requirements are for reservations. If you do not have a reservation during their required reservation time, they will turn you away. That will really put a damper on your vacation. So be prepared, plan ahead. There's no spontaneity sometimes anymore in these national parks. So here are the parks that I have read are having timed entry that will require reservations. Glacier National Park in Montana, Arches National Park in Utah, Zion, also in Utah, Shenandoah in Virginia, Rocky Mountain National Park, Acadia National Park, Haleakala in Hawaii, and I know I'm not pronouncing that right at all, and by the time you see this video, it'll be too late to correct me because I will never say it again. Yosemite National Park, Yellowstone National Park. Oh, I'm sorry, Acadia is in Maine. Arches is in Utah, Glaciers in Montana, Muir Woods National Monument in California, Rocky Mountain in Colorado, Zion in Utah, and the other ones that I mentioned. So double check before you go to any national park. Summer's here. We just passed Memorial Day. I mean, officially it's a few weeks away, but they are already in peak season. So you may very well be showing up at your favorite national park or the one that you've always dreamed of with your family in tow, only to be turned away. And again, this isn't for every national park, it's just certain ones, and it isn't necessarily for every day and every time. So go to nps.gov, nationalparkservice.gov, / whatever park you want to go to, or just Google your national park and you will find out what the requirements are for entry in that park. But I just wanted to give you a heads up. This is a big deal. I know a lot of you are planning your vacations. You might already be heading out. And like I said, I mean, what a bummer to show up and not be able to get into the park that you'd planned on visiting. So double check the park before you go. Make sure you have a reservation at recreation.gov and be prepared and plan ahead and have a great time and leave no trace. Thank you all so much for being here. Be sure to subscribe to my channel down here somewhere, and have a great summer. Have a great time. I'll see you soon. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. I will see you soon.